You know go better for you never big boy. I think blame funny. I think blame me like that. Oh yeah, no nobody o me wan ri hojo. You don't blame me. Oh yeah, no na pay o me wan ri hojo. Come I cannot die and they ungrateful people. No matter putara nobody awu kwa ni hojo.
All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we'll bring you back-to-back update and information as it is hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first. We'll collect them. All right, let's go down to the full detail of the information. It is a tearful day today in Imo State life. It's a day of tears in Imo State as some parts of Imo State, especially the Osu community, Awidemile, Umuhu, Okabia, have experienced a heavy massacre along that part of Alibo, the Biafra land. Unknown people invaded these villages that I mentioned now. There are also community Amebu, Awidemili, and Umuhu Okabia. These are the places that this thing happened. It happened live in Imo State. When Ajo Ndibo Ogini what is happening? Because we really need to know what is happening because things are actually getting out of hand in Igbo. Some of these things that are happening now are things that we have not experienced before. The issue of our Ekwafor bloodshed is becoming a norm. It's becoming a norm. Barbarism has now become the order of the day in Ali Igbo. Of course, you know that some of these things were foreign to us. As far back as the 90s, the 2000, early 2000, and 2002, 2003, 2004 to 5 or thereabout, we started hearing about the issue of BH in the Sahel part of Nigeria. We hear about how they move about men people, Magolo Mwani, and the rest of them. And these things were very foreign to us. Before then, we were hearing about what was happening in Syria, and the rest of them. And we thought that some of these things were in the, in all this Middle East, Mediterranean world, and the rest of them. But as it is today, 2025, this 21st century that we found ourselves in, it has become a norm in Ali Igbo that some of these things are seen every day. And to the extent that nobody's life is guaranteed as far as Ali Igbo is concerned now. It's either you face kidnappers, or you face unknown gunmen, or you face the Fulani headers, or you face armed robbers. There are a lot of things that are happening in Ali Igbo today that we ourselves, Ndi Igbo, cannot explain. I went na ajụ ajụjụ na-asị Ndị Igbo ọ gịnị na-emenụ kedu ka mmiri si wee baa n'opi ụgbọgụlụ na mmiri esigokwanụ n'isi wee mee gịnị wee gbalụa mana anya bụ okwu nkwubelu kemgbe that I've been hammering on, I've been touching on it, I've been, very blunt, even though some of you don't like me on this channel because of how blunt I am. And some people usually say that, you're Kopus, you're a propagandist and the rest of them. But the thing is that I'm animal who vision. It's not like I do see things before it happens. And when I do my analysis, if you watch what happened on the 2nd of November, 2024, when the Biafra Republic government in exile came and they declared the Biafra referendum and the state of Biafra in exile, I saw what transpired that day. I saw the posture of Ngozi Orabueze. I saw her face expression. I saw, the attitude she put, while the chief judge was trying to make her statement. And I started making the alarm. I said, something is wrong somewhere. There is something that is wrong. And a lot of people condemn me. They say, you like bringing propaganda. You like saying what you don't see. Now, today is happening. It is happening today. And far back, if you have been following this channel, as far back as 2 years ago, 3 years ago, if you have been with our channel, you find that when the issue of our Umuoma started, a lot of people were saying, yes, this, that. And I say that in nearby future, some people are going to hijack this thing for personal gain and for personal purposes, for personal aggrandizement. And probably those who have something against someone might use it as an opportunity for revenge. Someone who has, a grudge against someone might use the issue of Umuoma and the rest of them because somehow he has his opportunity to handle arm and the rest of them. He can use that means as a revenge. And today, that is what is happening. And in Ali Igbo today, we see killings every day. We see people being maimed every day, and nobody can give account of it. Now, in Osu community, Amebu, Awidemili, and Umuhu Okabia. Last night, these places faced lots of, lost. They lost a lot of people, young youths. I'll drop the video. This one, I will not hide the video, but I will make sure that I will try my best to make sure that I will edit the video as it will be accepted in our YouTube community. Of course, in this community, it is not everything that we post here. To avoid this community, we try as much as possible to keep our community safe. Of course, you know that in this community, in this channel, we do not support anything violence. We are here to bring you information from all over the world, from all the ends of the world, from all parts of the world, making sure that we keep you updated on the happenings around us. But as it is a tearful day, a very sad day in Ali Igbo, a very sad day in Imo State to be precise, a very sad day in Awidemili, in Osu, in Umuhu Okabia, in Obodo Ndị Biafra. That is what is happening today. When Ajundi Igbo, Ajujum Blunu, Ogini Nemenu, what is happening in Ali Igbo? Because the Ali Igbo we knew was not like this. It was a place of peace, whereby when it's getting to Christmas, everybody all over the world, Ndi Igbo all over the world fights. It is their duty. They make sure that they come home. They make sure that they celebrate the Yuletide season with their family, with their loved one. But this time, it is not happening that way because people are afraid. Meanwhile, on another information, IPOB lawyer Ejimako rejects FG's move to set date for resumption of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial. Let's go to that information. Aloy Ejimako, the lead counsel for Nnamdi Kanu, has rejected the move by the Nigerian government to set a date for the resumption of the trial of the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Ejimako based his rejection on the fact that Justice Binta Nyako of the Abuja Federal High Court entered on a rule and order rescuing himself from Kanu's trial on September 24, 2024. Recall that Kanu had requested Justice Nyako to step down from his trial due to a lack of confidence in her handling of the matter. Following his request, the judge returned Kanu's case file to the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice John Tosho. However, Justice Tosho sent the case file back to Justice Nyako for the continuation of the trial. Despite this, the prosecuting counsel for the Nigerian government, Ademoyoga Awomolo, requested date to continue Kanu's trial. In a letter addressed to the Deputy Chief Registrar of the Federal High Court and dated December 5, 2024, Awomolo wrote, "We write as prosecuting counsel in the above-named criminal case pending before the Federal High Court, number 2. Your record will reveal that the defendant asked his lordship, the Honorable Justice Binta Nyako, to rescue herself on Tuesday, 24th September 2024. The case file was returned to the Honorable Chief Judge. We were informed that the Honorable Chief Judge had returned the case file for the continuation of trial before his lordship, the Honorable Justice Nyako. Gratefully, may we ask for a date for the continuation of hearing of the criminal charges against the defendant. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation." Rejecting Awolomo's request, Ejimako stated that the move was fatally misconceived and, if not checked, could mislead Justice Nyako into a path of infamy and unconstitutionality. In a counter letter to the Deputy Chief Registrar, Ejimako wrote, and quote, "This communication pertains to the attached letter by the complainant requesting a date for continuation of hearing of the criminal charges against the defendant. By this communication, we wish to go on record to inform your good office that the defendant takes serious exception to the said letter and hereby vigorously objects to the request by the complainant for a date for the continuation of hearing of the criminal case before his lordship, Honorable Justice Binta Mutala Nyako. Our position is predicted on the fact that the record that his lordship, Honorable Justice Binta Mutala Nyako, had entered on a road and order rescuing herself from handling the case or continuation with the trial. The said order was entered on 24th September 2024 to date, remain extant and subsisting as it has not been set aside by a subsequent order made by a competent court, pursuant to a competent process or notice. Accordingly, we believe that the complainant's request is fatally misconceived and, if not checked, may mislead this honorable court to a path of infamy and unconstitutionality. For the avoidance of doubt, as of 24th September 2024, the defendant no longer has any such case to answer before his lordship, Justice Binta Nyako Mutala. Kanu has remained incarcerated since June 2021 when he was rearrested in Kenya and subjected to extraordinary rendition to Nigeria. Following his return to Nigeria, the Court of Appeal discharged and acquitted Kanu of all charges, but the Nigerian government have refused to release him. The matter was contested at the Supreme Court, and in December 2023, the Apex Court orders Kanu's case to be returned to the Abuja Federal High Court for retrial. All right, welcome back. This one is on Nnamdi Kanu's case. According to what I have read, in a layman's understanding, formally, Nnamdi Kanu told the court that he has lost confidence on Justice Binta Nyako and wanted another judge to continue the case. And Nyako also rescued herself from that particular case on the 24th of September 2024. But as it is today, 2025, the court is also asking for a date to continue the case. And Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer is saying that it is going to be unconstitutionally is an unconstitutional act for Yako to continue with that case because the defendant has requested that Yako should rescue herself from the case because the defendant lacks confidence in Yako. All right, of course, you know that the country called NIG is a country where the rule of law does not work. If you don't know, the Nigerian president is the most powerful president in the world, according to Constitution, because Nigeria borrowed the American Constitution. Of course, you know that Nigeria is practicing a presidential system of government, but in Nigeria's Constitution, the veto power accorded to the president supersedes every other president in the world. In America, the American president does not have the right to appoint the chief judge or to appoint some ministers into office. But here in Nigeria, the Nigerian president has the power to appoint the chief judge. Of course, you know that the three arms of government, the executive, the legislature, and judiciary, these are different arms of government that are supposed to be operating on themselves. And these arms of government are made for checks and balances. They are supposed to be checking and balancing each other. If you are familiar with your government in school, you will know that the three arms of government are made for checks and balances. And what is checks and balances in a layman's language? It means that the legislature should be looking into what the executive is doing. The judiciary should be looking into what the executive is doing, while the executive also in turn will be looking into what the judiciary and the legislature is doing. But in Nigeria here, you find out that the president have the veto power to appoint the chief judge, and that is to say that he can still reappoint and remove the chief judge. And this will tell you that the chief judge must dance to the tune of the president. Imagine when the president is sanctioned, or maybe when the president is booked for a case, and the judge that is in the table is the judge he appointed. What do you think will happen? So that is to say that everybody is in the president's pocket. Meanwhile, this is where I'll be winding down the curtain. And if this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first who will collect them. Thank you for listening. God bless you.